What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We are going over how to make your rental car fleet run as smoothly as possible. I'm Steve. I mainly deal with Turo. I've dealt a little bit with Get Around, but there are multiple ones out there. There's Share, there's Avail, there's Get Around, there's Hire Car. There's all kinds of different platforms. Pick and choose which one you want to go with. Just pick it and stick it. Stay in that lane. Don't be trying to bounce back and forth. But for the most part, we're going to go over a couple tips on how to make it run as smoothly as possible for you guys. Now, definitely before we jump into this, check the description below. I got a course, I got one-on-one, I got whatever you guys need to make sure that this runs smoothly. I've had multiple calls with you followers out there, and I appreciate you guys, and you guys are killing it out there. And some of you guys, you make me wonder, like, what are you doing? But regardless, keep at it, keep grinding, keep hustling, and I promise you guys will succeed with this if you treat it as a business. So like I said, definitely check the description if you guys need any help at all. And if you guys are just really taking off with this and it's just blowing up, let me know, drop it in the comments. I can't wait to hear your success stories or your horse stories. I got plenty of horse stories. I'll be willing to trade any one of those with you guys. So anyway, let's get into it. All right, so you guys, when you're doing this stuff, you need to make sure you treat this as a business. Treat it right and the business will treat you right. Yes, you are gonna have some knuckleheads, but that's neither here nor there. It's gonna be no matter what business you're in, but make sure you set it up to where you're always getting paid. Now, what I mean by this, you're not doing free deliveries. You're not doing, all this stuff that is basically costing you money. The way I look at it, my time is money. Now, my thing is time is valuable, okay? I know that you can't really put a price on it. You can, and some people may question you on it, but regardless, if you're out delivering cars and you're driving in an hour one way, you're losing money, okay? There's no reason, I guarantee you, your cars are not listed high enough to make up for the car being on the road, the wear and tear and maintenance, and you having to spend 2 hours just for one trip, just for a drop off, because you're driving an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to drop it off. Now you got another hour or 45 minutes back home. Not to mention, you're either paying an Uber or you're buying someone else's time and having to use your time. So my wife, I'm not gonna lie, I can tell I frustrate the heck out of her when I say, hey babe, I need a ride. I gotta go do this. And you can tell it's just frustrating because she's got her things set and I just disrupt the whole flow in her eyes of things by her coming and dropping me off or picking me up. Now, I used to get super frustrated with it, right? But then I start looking at it, I'm like, okay, you know what? You're right. My bad. I shouldn't ask, or I should plan it out better. But when it comes down to it, if I'm doing a free delivery, and I'm not saying that I've done this, I make sure that I always charge for it like you guys should be. But if I'm doing a free delivery and it's 30 minutes there, it's 30 minutes back. So that's an hour of my time gone, right? I'm using it to go deliver a car, and hopefully this car is making up for it. And if you're not charging delivery, that's a full hour of your time gone. Not to mention, if you're pulling your wife, your husband, your buddy, your sister, your grandma, you're pulling out somebody else to do this too, that's another hour. So this car, just to drop it off, cost you 2 hours of somebody's time, yours and somebody else's time, just to get this car to and from. Now you have to do it again at the end of the trip. So now that's 4 hours total that this trip has cost you, and you're not getting paid for it if you're not doing delivery fees. Now, it is tough because I really don't think that the deliveries, yes, they do make it worth it for some things, but even to be honest with you, we did a $120 delivery and it was 20 minutes away, okay? Now, not bad, right? Because it's 120 bucks. But then I look at it, it's like, okay, fuel on this, fuel on the other car, wear and tear on the other car, wear and tear on this, my time, wife's time, times 2, because we gotta come back and get the car again. That's why I'm not a big fan on deliveries, but I get it, it can be worth it, it can be lucrative. So that's one way to look at it. Make sure your time is paid for. You're always getting paid for these deliveries. Quit doing hour trips for free to deliver a car. The other thing I would say is make sure you guys are doing your pictures right, so that way when and if you guys do have something coming up with claims, whatever you guys got, you are covered. It shows in the beginning that there was no damage, and then at the end of the trip, you can show where the damage came from. Now you can show that at the end of the trip, the damage is new, it wasn't there before, and you can go about that way of working it out, whether it be through Turo or with the guest directly. just make sure that you guys are covering yourselves for these purposes. One thing that I will say, and this is the nugget for you guys, do not get caught up doing this. And I've seen people writing about it, and it really just kind of irks me because it gives all of us hosts a bad name. Don't go outside of Turo. Don't go getting money, moving money without Turo knowing about it, okay? If somebody's over, like say, oh, you know, there's something on there, there's a windshield that's cracked, and you just say, hey, I'm gonna go get it, and now you get it done for free, but you're charging the renter, you know what I mean? Like you're not reporting it, but you're charging the renter. No, stick everything on the platform so that way you guys are covered. If you guys are moving money between you and a guest outside of Turo's platform, you're gonna get booted. You're gonna get found, you're gonna get caught, whatever, and I promise you it's gonna happen. One of these things I saw, somebody was bragging about how much money they were making on the side, and it's just like, dude, I was just laughing because they're undercutting themselves, right? So you're over on mileage. Hey, Turo's gonna charge you X amount, I only get this amount, let's work this outside of Turo and I'll only charge you this amount. Dude, you cut yourself in half even after Turo takes their cut because you wanted to go outside of that and try and get extra money to yourself. Just be careful with that. Same thing with deliveries. Like I said, you gotta go through the app, you gotta go through all that. Just make sure you guys run this legit. I promise you, Turo is keeping track of this stuff, and if you haven't got caught, you will get caught. It's just a matter of when, not if. And honestly, best thing is just to run this as legit as possible so that way you can go to sleep at night and you don't have to worry about getting caught. And it's funny because a lot of people that are on here, they will say, oh, Turo's a scam, this and that. They delisted me, they got rid of me, they got this and that, and I follow everything by the book. Guaranteed those are the people that are actually doing shady stuff, not like they're supposed to be, and then they get caught for it. So just make sure you guys are running it as legit as possible. Don't try and undercut Turo, don't try and undercut yourself. Just run it legit, and I promise it will pay out for you guys. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys out a little bit. I know I kind of went over a lot, but there's definitely a lot of truth to this stuff. So run it legit, be good, keep grinding, keep hustling, and keep making that money, y'all. Hopefully you guys are crushing it right now. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.